Hey there, let me in on this review. And if you don't mind, I don't know why my voice sounds like this. We're going to talk about some Let Me In. Is this the movie that is like every other American remake of a foreign film that is just absolute garbage? Or is this one of the diamonds in the rough? Do you know about it? Or do you need us to tell you about it and you don't mind spoilers? And you're like, damn, maybe I should watch that. Maybe I mistaken that. What am I saying? You know what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
mistaken that with all the other heap of bullshit that is out
It's
there.
mistooken.
That's right, Mistooken. I had a teacher named Mistooken. But the thing is it maybe you were just like, this is probably dog shit, like most American remakes. We're here to tell you. Anyways, guys. Flam, tam.
Yeah.
What do you
All right,
got
let me
over there?
know.
What's the plot, dog?
Let me
What do
know
we
if
got?
y'all like this plot. A
Oh.
bullied young boy befriends a
Ooh,
young
that's hot and
female
fresh.
vampire who lives in secrecy with her guardian.
I'd be down with that.
Yeah, it sounds like something
It's
you'd be down
better
with.
when you don't know that going in.
Yeah,
I'm
that
a
kind of
sucker
dampens
for
it.
vampire, werewolf like movies, especially like since we get so very few of them.
Oh, when they're good, they're good.
Yeah.
But there's very few that are good. That's why I wanted to do this back-to-back of not so prominent ones, but good gems.
Under the radar ones
that are
yes.
solid that enough people haven't seen. Is Bad Moon growing on you or staying the same?
I mean, I can't lie and say that I don't think about that movie because there's scenes that pop into my
Yeah.
mind randomly. So
I'm
I
just
feel like
curious.
if I gave it a second watch, it would probably be a little bit better for me.
Yeah,
It's just entertaining. It's a good, quick story. It's really well done.
this movie
Pacing's
came
great.
in at 1 hour and 56 minutes.
It's a very long story that's not very good.
Came
Good
out in
ops.
2010.
Yes, sir.
Budget $20 million, and it grossed $27 million.
Mm-hmm. I
So-
like that.
That's a lot of numbers.
Yeah.
Thank you, Roddy.
If you do maths and what have you.
Yeah, it did. Unfortunately, it didn't win any awards.
No. Seriously.
So yeah,
Why?
it's mind blowing, honestly.
Dude, yeah, because this movie, it's just elements, bro. It's not just some flat out horror movie.
No,
it
it's
brings
not.
in the drama.
Yeah, it's Matt Reeves, the director. Who
What?
did
Yeah.
the Planet of the Apes, and then he's doing the
I didn't
Batman
even know he
movie.
did this.
Yeah, and want to know else other than the fact, what else other than the fact that it's got a great director? How about the give and take? This is why I was saying the plot is almost not good to read because it tells you there's this vampire kid.
Yeah.
When you're watching it initially, you're like, this poor kid. She's like with this fucking serial killer, fucking freak show guy that's almost like the Zodiac. And then out of nowhere, it flips it on its head, and you're like, holy shit, this poor old man that has been stuck with this vampire that has this insatiable lust for blood, and he's going to just devote his life to her because he loves her. That give and take and that way it flips it on its head, I think, is very interesting. So if you don't read the plot, it might even be better.
Okay, so you're saying it might be better if it was a twist at the end that she was a vampire?
No, I'm saying it as is the correct way, but not knowing what it's going to be going in. That way, when you initially watch it and you're like, oh, this motherfucker is like, this girl's with this fucking, like, her dad's like a killer. Like, what she's
Like
stuck
you
with this.
watch it without knowing
The
the plot.
context that it's a vampire. You're like, this
Yeah.
poor girl is stuck with this serial killer dad. Jesus. But then, like, it flips on it and you're like, oh my God, this poor dad. It's not even her dad. What the fuck? Like, I love that about the movie. Nah, I mean,
Not what you mean.
nah, saying.
Chia.
Beautiful, dude. Who was y'all's favorite killer? Not killer. I'm mixing words together. Favorite character. I guess there's multiple
I
killers.
mean, I liked Abby and Owen. I like both the kids in this movie.
I'm gonna have to go with the originally what was the dad, Step Brothers guy. I think
Richard Jenkins.
Yeah, he killed it. I always love when he does random roles like this, where, like, you forget that, like, he's a great actor. Can we just talk about Dear John for a second?
Are you talking about the Channing Tatum?
He's like, actually, like, I'd rather not.
the Nicholas Sparks.
Dear John, have you seen that
Wasn't
movie?
the biggest fan of that. And I like Nicholas Sparks movies, but I don't.
I think Dear John's an alright love flick, but know who's really good in that movie?
Richard Jenkins is good.
Yeah,
in it.
he's really good. It's
Friends
a
with
serious
Benefits?
role.
With Justin Timberlake and Mila Kunis.
Hall
Is
pass.
he serious in that though?
He kind of,
I'm
like,
talking
he-
about his serious roles. I'm talking about like going away from Step Brothers. Shit
Yeah,
like that.
it's comedy, but he has like dementia in the movie. He starts forming dementia, so he starts forgetting like.
Really?
Yeah, so he
I
starts.
haven't seen that movie in a long time.
The
That's
Friends with Benefit. You remember he thinks that his wife is still around.
that's what he has
and
in Dear John, I think, too, right?
Is it?
What does he have in Dear John? He like no, he's got some type of mental
Oh, he
problem.
might have Alzheimer's.
Yeah,
in
he's got
Dear John.
Alzheimer's, and he's like collecting coins, and he's talking about his
Yeah,
coins and shit. Dude,
that's-
it's sad. Like he's really good in that movie. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And then you look at fucking Bone Tomahawk, even. He's
Yeah.
Yeah.
great in Bone Tomahawk.
Forgot
As
about
the
that.
serious in this movie, he's great in serious roles. I think a lot of people see him they're like, oh, the dad from Step Brothers. It's like, if you're that guy, don't be that guy. Check out some of his more serious shit because he's really underrated as a serious actor. I believe he can pull off damn near anything. Like he's so believable.
Yeah, he's definitely my favorite performance of the movie.
So he's your favorite character?
Oh,
too?
100%.
Yeah, he
There's no
killed it.
question about it. And I love Chloe Grace Moretz.
Abby.
But yeah, Abby. But Richard Jenkins just dude, the emotions flow out of him.
He's
so like
effortless with
yeah, it's so and he's so believable in everything. Like and then this movie it's a pitiful old man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
Yeah.
he's doing the things that he's doing, but it's like at the end of the day, like you know who's in control in that apartment.
And that's what I was touching
Yeah.
on is the vibe. You're like, oh my God, this poor kid. And then by the end of it, you're like, oh shit, like this poor old man. Like,
Right.
it's crazy how the movie flips on its head. Not knowing what you're going to see going in is the way to go, I think. Favorite kill. This was a tough one because there's a few moments in here where I was like, and I also have favorite scary moment and favorite scene. You can do a lot of favorites with this one. So for me, favorite kill, I'm gonna go with Abby, like that first like real kill where you see her like jump on the dude and
Oh,
that
in
like
the
that-
tunnel?
yeah, the
Yeah.
tunnel, and then she like the effects on that. She's like just leaping, she's like screaming,
Really
and,
showing you what she
like
is.
just like on like a spider monkey. Yeah, like she's just attached to him, like doing this, and then like throws him down in the power. You're like, holy shit! Like, it's not just the kill and the look of the kill; it's also just like the oh my god! Can you imagine? Like, it's so like out of nowhere almost. Love that kill.
My
That'd be
favorite death is the guy pouring acid on his face after he steals the car.
Oh, you like when he poured the
That's
acid on
like
his
my
face?
favorite death. Yeah.
Well, he dies.
Well, he
after
didn't die.
that,
Well,
but you be that's your favorite
yeah.
part
Like,
of the lead up to, I guess.
oh yeah, he jumping out the window. That was
Yeah.
Okay,
that
so-
whole part.
Yeah, every bit of
Every
that's
bit of
great.
that death sucked.
I kind of have something about
That's
that.
a perfect segue because that's my favorite kill / death in the movie is when she bites him and
He
falls out of the window. I thought there was so much emotion in that scene, and it was like
yeah.
he was ready to be done with what he was doing anyway.
Yeah, he said.
So, and then he was like, "Look, I'm about to die anyway. Drink my blood." You know,
Oh, man.
I'm about to do. I just felt there was just so much emotion in that scene. That's my favorite
Yeah.
death / kill.
So, and you saw like the look in her face too. Like she's like,
She didn't want to, but she knew she had no choice
yeah, she's
because
like,
she
this
didn't
guy
know
could
the next
die.
time she'd be able to feed.
Yeah, man. And there is something like intimate about that too, in a way. I feel
Mhm.
like as a vampire, you share something a little more with your victim, especially that particular victim. And it was weird too with them, like seeing like the way he cared. Which like there's a scene in this where like they were kind of like almost like lovers or cared about each other, but they could have got like super weird with it because she's so young. But they had that
Yeah.
moment in the kitchen, and every time I watch it, I'm like, please don't go too far with this. But they handle it so well. There's
Yeah.
no like kiss. It's just like a hand on the cheek type of thing, and he's like, please don't see him anymore. So that is one of those things. For a second, you're like, oh, what are they gonna do with this? But you're like, well done. You got the emotion across without being super creepy. So bravo there as well. Favorite scary moment. There's a few, like this movie does have like a dark intense feel to where there is some scary scenes in it, honestly. I don't really have anything in particular, so I just chose something like that was scary all around, and that's kind of the scene we're talking about is like the whole gas station scene. I thought was scary, just the whole predicament of it and the way it like laid out, where he was laying down in the back. Like he just looked creepy.
Young Dylan.
He just looked creepy as shit when he was laying down in the back.
Garbage bag for a
Yeah, like just
a mask.
fucking laying down there, and he just looks just like even like the little simple shots where he's just like staring up, and he can kind of just see out the window, and he sees the lights passing.
Yeah.
Like I remember, like I did that shit when I was little, like on vacation, like watching shit pass by. There's some weird thing with like shots like that like really get me.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you don't ever see a shot like that, and you're like, oh man, like I've seen that exact visual before, and it touches something in me for some weird reason. And then the whole thing of like the kid's like, I gotta scoot my seat back because out of nowhere he's gotta give that one kid a ride, and he scoots the seat back, and he's probably wondering like, shit, he's gonna catch me, and they throw the bag on top of him. And then the whole thing of imagining what that kid saw. I love the creative choice to not just like even see him, but he put it down and saw shoes and was like,
yeah.
almost like, what the fuck? And then boom, there's just a guy with a garbage bag. Terrifying. And then again, another part of that whole segue through that, or situation through that, and then where it ended with him falling. But also another part of that scene that was so intense and great, and showcasing his emotion as he was like attacking dude, and imagining the dude, he's like, okay, my buddy's coming out of the gas station, and then like some other kids walk up like, hey buddy, what's up? And he's probably like, fuck,
Yeah, I know.
damn it, he's gonna be another few minutes. How is this happening? But like watching Richard Jenkins, like his fucking emotion when he was like backing up, when they're like, that's my car, and it, like you just see his reaction, like, oh my god, like looking at the camera, and he's just backing up into traffic, and there's headlights, and the fucking way they flip
Yeah.
is so amazingly
Devastating.
done. Like it's like the way their bodies, and the one kid that's like out cold, doesn't have a seatbelt on, he's just like fucking flipping around and shit. Just all that's so good. But that just idea of how that scene played out is terrifying to me, being those kids in that situation, or that one kid in particular that found them, and imagining just that old adage of like always look in your back seat, and you find that, Jesus.
That would scare the fuck out of me.
Yeah, shoes, what the, oh, it's the Zodiac killer, he's still alive. That's what I thought
I was
immediately.
can we do our favorite like scene?
That's
We're
what I
about
was
to-
about to do.
Yeah, we're about to go to that if y'all don't have a scary moment.
This movie, it's a vampire movie, but it's not really like scary to me. It's
Yeah.
intense, but there's no moments in this movie where I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, I
you know?
wasn't.
But there is
super-
like an on edge.
Oh, it's
feel
definitely
for
on
sure.
edge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, there's scary shit that goes on. It's
'Cause I do
not
have that-
pop out scary.
I have a negative point about this movie that I
Like,
want to get
even
to. Eventually.
that one kill I said, where fucking Abby's like kill, where she's on that dude, like that was like scary.
Oh, that was like gripping, but it wasn't like.
I mean,
Oh, it's scary
I'd call
because if
that
you put
scary.
yourself in their shoes or whatever,
Yeah.
but it's not like jump scary to me.
No, but jump scares aren't scary to me. This is the type of shit that's scary, but it's not quite scary. But this stuff's more scary to me. But yeah, I mean, favorite scene if y'all got that.
I like the very end, the pool scene, when the bullies come in, and you think she's gone, and then you see like her foot or whatever slide on the top of the water real fast.
That's great.
Dude.
I was like, that is so
Bullies
dope.
are ruthless
She-
in this.
Yeah, they are. Why do bullies
It's
act
funny
like that in
because
movies?
he's a bully in this, but does 13 Reasons Why like 10 years later in his life.
I haven't seen 13 Reasons.
And then he's in Scream.
Yeah.
No
Yeah, I know.
spoilers, of course, guys.
But yeah, no, the ending, dude. Yeah, she's a psychopath
Yeah.
vampire, but only when she needs to be though.
Only for him. it
Now
feels
she's got a
like.
Yeah,
conscience.
I
She
love their
likes him.
relationship.
And then the whole suitcase on the train. I like that. With her and the suitcase.
Mm-hmm.
Because
That was an intense scene too.
it's sun. The sun's out. She can't be out.
Great.
She might catch on fire or something. I don't know what they do.
Well, for me, scenes wise, it's a very small scene. I guess it would be that later on where you dive into doesn't look like it means much, but it meant something more to you.
Okay,
So
we'll
get
to
to it there.
that. Yeah, favorite scenes for me, the hospital plunge is what I called it.
Yeah,
we
I
talked
can agree
about
with
that. The bullies get theirs. But let me take it a step before that with the bullies because I can't not talk about this. I love the scene where he whacks Dylan Minnette in the head.
Oh, in the
That
ear.
is so fucking
Yeah.
dope because he's like, what are you gonna do with that? And he's like, I'm gonna hit you with it if you come near me. And he's like, or he's like, you're gonna hit me with that. It's like, if you try something, and you're like, he ain't really gonna do it. And then
Yeah.
like he doesn't just whack like he's like
He home run.
like he's screaming like, and you're like, then you see his ear and you're like, holy fuck,
Yeah,
dude,
you
feel the
he Mike
screams.
Tysoned him.
Yeah.
And beyond that, dude, like I mean, Evander Holyfield, or however you want to put that, but just, I mean, my lord,
That would
like
hurt so bad.
I love like how like much Dylan Minnette like was just thought he wasn't about that life too. He's like, actually, you know what I think? I think you're just gonna be a little girl, and I'm gonna come over and just take that stick from you. And then he's so confident, and he's just like, bitch. And even the other guys, like, they want to know part. He's like, you're crazy.
No,
Yeah,
I think it's
I
funny
love that
because
scene.
like I have it written down on my phone. Like
It's like
every
that
time he
shit,
looks
man.
at Owen, he gets immediately like furious. Like your
Yeah.
existence pisses me off. Like the classroom scene where he's like he was fucking with that girl and
Yeah.
he was like laughing with his friends, and then as soon as he seen Owen, it just demeanor
Yeah.
changed.
There's
And
definitely
then
some
pissed.
deeper shit there. I love Dylan Minnette, man.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
He's amazing.
Well,
and
it
like
showed-
everything I watched. That's why I was so hyped for him in Scream, man.
It showed that the reason why he
The 13
Did that.
reasons why, to be exact.
I only caught one of them. There's 12 more.
Believe it or not. Let
No,
me run
you-
them down. All right, we got reason number 2.
He
We do
gets
that, it's
bullied
like,
by his brothers, so he bullies
Yeah.
him. That's why.
There's definitely more to that. And that's what I love about that particular scene where he busts him in the ear. Because, dude, it's that classic. You're like, please just bust this motherfucker upside the head. And 95% of movies, it's like, oh, God, you should have just you got beat down again. Fuck. Like, you should have done. But this one, it's like, they did it. Yes. Fuck you, Dylan Minnette. Also, I love you. But fuck you. That's right. Because he's so good at being a bully. Like, he's so good at, like, just like, man, I love hating this fucking kid.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, some good shit in there for sure.
Boobies.
Yeah, there's a pair, I think, at the 12-minute, 50-second minute mark. So if you want to just
What did you
zoom
say?
there. And what?
I feel like even when you say stuff right, it still somehow sounds wrong. It's like a rare ability you have.
It's a gift, I guess.
It's a
What?
blessing and a curse.
There are boobs at the
Like, sometimes they'll
12-minute.
say shit, and I'll be
50
like, dude, what
second
did you do? I'm like, no, that was
minute
right,
mark.
actually. I guess it's like how confident you sound when you're saying it or something. Maybe it's because you've been messing up your words all day today and just assuming shit. I was like, wait, I think
He
actually
did. He
say
got
that
drunk
right.
at the theater.
God,
That
you've
make-
got to stop drinking those fucking malt liquors at the theater. He just has like 3 fucking 25-ounce malt liquors. Gets shit-faced, and by the third act, he's yelling at the screen. It's getting out of hand. No, that'd be crazy if that was true. We're not gonna put that.
Was
that
this in
depth evil
Detroit?
on you, Ricky Bobby?
What?
Was this filmed in Detroit?
It's always in Detroit.
No, it took place in New Mexico, and it was also filmed in New Mexico.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Huh?
I didn't see that coming.
Me
I didn't
neither.
realize you were even segueing that.
There was
Nice.
snow though. Is there snow in New Mexico?
They made it happen.
It's hot. I thought all Mexicos, new and old, are hot. I thought. I don't know shit about New Mexico apparently. Best unimportant scene. This is one of those, dude. It's hard to find that kind of thing. Usually I can dig one out, but I couldn't really find one. This isn't really an unimportant scene, but I'll just add it in as another scene I loved. I loved when Owen and Abby were hitting it off finally on that date kind of situation they had going on.
With the
One
now
of
and laters and stuff.
Yeah, I love that. Where she
Yeah.
was willing, she's like, I guess it wouldn't hurt me to try one, and then she like went out and just immediately was like, like just showing, just like, because that scene almost takes you back where you're like, why won't you? And you're like, oh, she's a fucking vampire, but she
Yeah.
can't eat that. But then she sees how much he's hurt by that, and she's willing to. She's like, all right, I'll eat fucking one. We'll see what happens. And she's like, bad idea. Or
And then
she
they
even
hug.
knew she was gonna throw up, but she was willing to try to fight that for him.
And then they hug, that long hug. I was
Yeah.
like, that's dope. I like that they did that.
And it's surprising too, because it's just like, wow, man, like, what a fucking, who would have thought like eating a now later could show how much you care about a person to that degree. But yeah.
Now and later's are there for that.
Now or later.
I would eat an hour later for
Fall in
you
love
guys.
now, get married later.
Them jokes are just, they're flying today.
I would eat an hour later for you guys. So
They wouldn't be
I
as
love now and
impactful
laters.
unless I'm a vampire on the low.
Rodney,
Yeah.
what are you?
You
doing?
had an unimportant scene. Why, God forbid he forgot, probably.
No, it's
I was waiting for me like, yep.
unimportant / important, I guess. But it's a scene that stood out to me the most in the whole movie.
Okay.
Was Richard Jenkins doing the first pint of blood incident where he hung her upside down from the tree, like,
Was
and
that
then
a
he
girl?
pours it. Yeah, well,
I thought it was a guy.
I don't know. I couldn't really tell.
Maybe I'm dude. The first
the
like
hair. I thought.
I've seen this movie enough to where I could have notes. I was like cooking quesadillas, and that scene I was like trying to look through that little opening in my thing. But like from what I remember, it was a guy, and I thought when I glanced up the few times I wasn't trying to burn
Hey.
shit. It was.
We don't know this gender.
We don't judge here.
We don't judge here. Could be
But-
whoever.
We don't judge duty in this.
Either
movie.
way, that scene, like showing what he goes through just to get her.
Yeah, he
Like
commits murder every
And that's
night,
intense
basically.
as fuck,
Yeah.
too, dude.
And he tries to get away with it.
Yeah, and then he fucking falls, and it's like, dude, can he go through any
Could
more
you
shit?
imagine that life?
Dude,
You have to kill somebody, bring the blood to the vampire, or the vampire will basically kill you, no matter where you go. That's
unbelievable.
a bad luck of the draw. I
Which,
guess.
you know what? I'm going to flip-flop this real quick. I think this is a good time to get into deleted scenes, and we'll do the goofs. The best deleted scene to me is there's actually it's the
doing
same scene, except they add in Papa Roach getting away with murder while he's killing that guy.
Oh.
It's like getting away with murder. No.
that seems to have fit in the movie perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense amongst what's happening, but God forbid if that was actually true, because that would be horrible.
God, dude.
Getting away with murder. I'd be like, what the fuck? The tone is off. This isn't fucking Queen of the Damned, bro. You can't do
Oh
this.
my God.
That
Rest in
shit
peace, Aaliyah.
show with an amazing soundtrack, though. Yeah, for me, deleted scenes, same fucking thing. It always happens. I literally, half of these movies I actually went in and went to do deleted scenes. And on those half, it's been like 4K and there's no fucking deleted scene features, or it's an old ass DVD like Bad Moon. And this time I was like, I'll legitimately do that on the day, and I forgot until like right before we were fucking about to do this. So yeah, I'm a fucking failure, guys. One day we're gonna get this right. I'm either gonna do it all the time, or the half the movies I have done it with are gonna finally even out and have deleted scenes on the disc. But yeah. Anyways, goofs.
Yeah, you got a couple. Strap in.
No, that doesn't sound promising yet again.
As Owen reaches for some now and later candies in the store, boxes of Sour Patch Kids can be seen. The movie is set in 1983. Sour Patch Kids weren't available in the U.S. until 1985.
I fucking knew it, dude.
Fun fact, because I was waiting for you to be. That's better than what I thought. You're like, they were actually eating Starburst. Yeah.
Another one.
Not to Starburst your bubble. God, dude, you
Oh.
must. We talked about it for the show. I planned these because how could I come up with them on the spot? You know, you didn't have to put me on the spot. God, it's just effortless. Anyways, go on, Tyler.
I'm trying. I'm trying to like
Think.
the now and later scene in this movie
It's
have
more
had
about
that
the
logo
Now-Laters?
since the early 90s. The movie takes place in the 80s, so the logo on the now and laters was wrong.
So you're
A
telling
lot of
me-
now and later goofs.
That's what I was about to say. So you're telling me the two goofs involve now or laters? Interesting. Sorry, guys. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that.
A track and field arcade game is visible in the store where Abby and Owen play Miss Pac-Man. The movie is set in March 1983. Track and Field wasn't released until September that year. Like, who
Come on, man.
watches this movie and decides to
That's
get
the
on
kind
air
of
to
shit
write
that was
that
pissing me
goof?
off throughout the movie.
I was like, the believability here, the vampire shit, completely believable.
Yeah,
but my
absolutely.
God, Track and Field came out 3
I
months
think
later.
trivia is
Can
a
they
little
get the
better.
details down? Yeah, maybe. We shall see, dude. But did the ending deliver for you guys?
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
Yes.
I'm going to say Mos Def, and I ain't talking the rapper. Or the Now or Later's rapper. Yeah,
Damn.
for sure, dude. Yeah, bars. Yeah, dude. I mean, what's not to love here? The fucking thing we talked about with the bullies and the way it kind of,
It all panned out right.
yeah, and the ending. Yeah,
Honestly,
it's all
there's-
good. The ending.
They couldn't
but
have
yeah.
let it go. I mean, there's just no way.
Yeah.
She is what she is, and I'm glad that they stuck with that. And
Mm-hmm.
there was no holding back on it.
What say you guys? Write down in the comments.
I will say one thing that kind of took me out a little bit of this movie, like my one negative, like big negative, is those scenes with them two outside on the playground at night when he was giving her like the Rubik's Cube, and then like those
I'm curious
little
where this is
night talks. I'm not a fan of the music in the background.
Man.
I would rather it be scenes without any kind of music, just like hearing the wind or hearing the trees, or
I could see that.
all natural.
That's really weird.
The
though.
music would kind of take me out of it a little bit.
What's weird is I always notice music, and I know I did within the scene.
It's not
so I
like
guess it didn't
music. It's like
bother me.
beats, but it's
Yeah,
like
dun,
yeah, that kind of stuff, like bells.
Yeah, for sure. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it didn't bother me.
It's just I feel like I'd be more invested in those scenes,
There's-
which I'm already invested in them. But
I'm like that a lot. Music is so huge to me in movies. It can like literally if I love a score for a movie, like the soundtrack, or
Drive.
even the fucking like just overall theme, that can bump a movie up, maybe even a fucking point if it's fucking just on point to that degree. So like I really pick up on things, and that can really break things for me too. But it was just kind of fine for me. It didn't really take me out or increase it, but I could definitely see that being enjoyable or more enjoyable too, just kind of dealing with the elements while they're
it would just be more personal. Yeah, there would be more. Yeah, it'd just be more personal.
We got it right finally. Wait a minute, you didn't shake my palm. Fuck. Anyways, what trivia do you got? There was actually no music in those scenes. He hits us with that. It turns out only homosexuals can hear that. Random fact.
How many times was the word vampire said in the film?
0.
Really?
1.
1. Congratulations, Rodney.
Thank
He
you.
says, "Are you a vampire?" Doesn't he? Actually,
It's either he asks her and says vampire, or she says I'm a vampire.
I don't think
But
she ever says she's a vampire.
'cause
I
she-
think he's like, "Does that mean you're a vampire?" Or it's something like that.
Yeah, I think
I could
that's
be
what it
wrong.
is.
I could be fucking wrong.
Yeah. Well, 1. Thought that was shocking. This is cool trivia. Copies of the film were sent to members of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Science to be viewed on November 19, 2010.
Tastes funny.
It was viewed on the last day of the Oscar screenings. So,
But no nominations or anything.
no.
That's
Should have
so
got a
crazy.
fucking nom, dude. It's a beautiful.
2010. That's the year the King's Speech won the Oscar.
Dr.
which
Martin
was really
Luther.
good.
Here's a cool fact y'all like. The trash bag that Richard Jenkins wears over his head in the murder
Inspired by
scene
Zodiac.
was the actor's idea.
Really
Yeah.
No, that's cool, dude.
interesting.
'Cause it's
He wore
awesome.
trash
Oh,
bags.
Richard.
He's the goat.
In the
Unsung
last
hero.
scene on the train where Abby and Owen use Morse code, Abby says hi, and Owen responds with OX, which means hugs and kisses.
Not XO.
No, OX. Yeah.
Fucking ox, bro.
Ox.
She's like, what the fuck?
And
You see an ox?
And I'm gonna tell you what, I'm gonna pass Rodney the ox cord. What we got on Rotten Tomatoes and
Well,
IMDb.
the Rotten Tomato scores are pretty positive.
Yes, they are.
88% critical and 76% audience. And the IMDb is a 7.1. So, which,
Solid.
dude, I feel like this movie doesn't get enough more love. I don't think it gets the love it deserves. I think those are kind of low scores, like
Well-
audience-wise at least.
I could see this being a factor too. I feel like this movie has more of like serious horror vibes, like in the vein of like, you know, the drama aspects too, almost like A24ish in that way. And a lot of people that are going for that type of movie aren't going to watch a vampire movie necessarily. And a lot of people that are watching vampire movies are watching more in the vein of damn near every other vampire movie. So I think a lot of the people that watch this movie are probably not necessarily the right audience. So I wouldn't be surprised if this movie gets skewed to some degree for that reason. Just a thought. I don't know. Could be completely wrong on that, but I could also see that playing a factor. Yeah. Our personal scores, though, what we got?
I guess I'll go first. This is my first watch. I really enjoyed the movie. I give it a 7.7.
Nice.
Yeah.
Damn near
It was-
great.
It was a really good movie. Would watch again. Would recommend. There we go. That was rhyme. That rhymed, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Would watch
Platinum
again.
status.
Would recommend. Yeah.
Mm.
All right.
Here they
See?
give those out at Cinemark, and when you drop bars. For me, this movie is amazing. It's one of the best vampire movies ever made, bar none. It's one of the very few, not just good, but great, on par with the original movies that have been adapted, you know, in America for sure. So if you haven't seen this and for some reason didn't mind spoilers, definitely fucking watch this. And I give this movie an 8.7 out of 10. It
Solid.
is
Yeah.
dope as fuck.
Let Me In was a surprise when I first watched it.
Me too.
Me too.
I really enjoyed the vibes that Matt Reeves went with, the dark tone, and he kept it dark. He didn't get sidetracked with anything else. He didn't get, you know, corrupted by details that didn't need to be in there. Like, he could have gone above and beyond with the vampire aspect, but he left it in a mysterious kind of way, which I absolutely love. Acting and all that, exceptional. Pacing, I thought was really, really good.
Yeah.
Cinematography was awesome.
Mhm.
The violence it's a vampire movie and it's a slow burn, but there is satisfying vampire kills in this movie.
For sure.
Overall, for a horror movie, for me, this is pretty high. This is a 9 out of 10. It's only gotten better to me each
Yeah.
time I watch it, honestly. Like, and I think I find more things about it that I like every time I watch it, which I need to watch Let the Right One In. I haven't watched it in a long time.
Yeah, I saw that one before this one, and I really enjoyed it. And then I watched this one and was like, do I like that more? Is that possible?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I got to
It's
watch
been
that one
years.
again, too. No
But,
doubt about it.
But yeah, it's a 9 to me. It's a exceptional movie, and I just think Matt Reeves' his vision is
He's
pure.
amazing. 2020.
Yeah,
2022 these days.
yeah. Alrighty then.
Anyways, guys, Jesus. Additional points. I don't have any. I kind of just threw those in the mix of what we were talking about in case I forgot about them and all that good shit.